This is a free sample of the book, Reinvent Ideal, What to Do When You're Depressed and No One Cares Because You're Not a Chick, by Cairo Copeland. The first half of this book is posted right here on YouTube, free for everyone to listen to. If you like this content and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/ideal. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/ideal.
Chapter 11. Just good for nothing. We often envy the people that are exceptionally talented and skilled at something, especially when they seem to be born with that talent. Some guys are what they call a natural when it comes to flirting successfully with women, while the rest of us must put in hours of hard work just to do one cold approach. Some musicians were child prodigies, while others were forced to hammer the piano keys since childhood by their parents. How we wish we could be good at something, don't we? Being great at something doesn't necessarily mean you'll be made happy by doing it. Are you good at your job? If so, does that mean you enjoy doing it? Sometimes being incredibly good at something can isolate and enslave you. Personally, the more well-versed I became in the world of finance, the harder time I had talking to the average person about it. Because we all know how common it is for people to be financially illiterate. Listening to some customers during my financial planning days were like listening to nails on a chalkboard. Sure, sometimes I wish I was born with the ability to draw like Alan Lee, or play the violin like Lindsey Sterling. Both are legendary as far as I'm concerned. I mean, hey, when I was a kid, I was like every other kid my age in the sense that I wanted to be the next Michael Jordan. When it came to arguably the greatest basketball player and American athlete of all time, you know what his talent brought him. $18 million a year, his own brand of shoes, cologne, a movie with the Looney Tunes. Women wanted him and men wanted to be him. Same goes for musicians and actors, etc. If you're really good for something, you're treated exceptionally, as is the case with TV's Dr. Gregory House from House MD, who treats everyone around him like garbage, but gets away with it because he saves lives that no one else can. And concerning Michael Jordan and all great athletes, they don't live normal lives. They can't party all night, can't drink, do drugs, or even go to McDonald's. Now, how can there be happiness without happy meals? They have strict diets and schedules. And famous athletes need only to do one thing wrong before they're brought down. And Tiger Woods just wanted some variety in his sex life. Michael Phelps just wanted some in his smoke life. Instantly, they lost all their sponsors and publicity deals. People like them are held to a higher, maybe even impossible standards because they're expected to be role models for kids. Now, as far as intellect is concerned, and being a genius, there's no fun in that either. And why does House make everyone else miserable? Because he himself is miserable. Why does House constantly remind his employees that everybody lies at least 10 times each season? Because to him, they're so dumb that he has to repeat himself in order for it to sink in. A day in his life is like being surrounded by incredibly stupid people. Watch the movie Idiocracy to see how it feels. Every genius feels like Luke Wilson's character at some point. And this can apply to anything, not just intellect. If your job is cooking for a restaurant and you're the only worker that can handle the dinner rush, but everybody else is falling behind, you get irritated because you'll be picking up their slack. Just about every job has this thing where if you're good at your job, you get to do other people's jobs too, but don't get paid anything extra. The worst example of this is group projects in college. The one intelligent, responsible student is set up with 3 dumb, lazy students and ends up doing the work of 4 people. Unlike beauty, both talent and intellect do not come from the gene pool. It takes a long time to develop and attain them. 10,000 hours according to Malcolm Gladwell. The time you spend developing a skill, learning a craft, mastering an art, or memorizing facts is the same time your friends, or people you wish were your friends because you probably won't have any, are out at the beach or having sexy parties. We often ask the wrong questions when we ponder, what do I want out of life, and similarly come up with the wrong answers. We often say things that are pleasant like, I want to be rich, or I want a hot girlfriend, or I want to be a great guitar player. But the more honest way to ask the question and get the more honest answers is, what am I willing to suffer for? Are you willing to bust your ass off building a business or researching stocks to become richer? Are you willing to do the 100 random cold approaches and frequent rejections to find the hottest girlfriend you can possibly have? Are you willing to put in the hard work and study of chords and tablature to master the guitar? To be great at anything, you first must suck at it, and then look back at yourself and analyze why you sucked at it in order to improve. Can you do all this while watching other people around you live easier, more fun lives? This isn't to say you shouldn't ever pursue a talent of some sort. One of the best things you can do for yourself is to chase success at something, especially when you prioritize that over chasing ass. What I say to you is to be very choosy about the talents you pursue. Be choosy because you will suck at it when you first start and may suck for a long time before you get good at it. You will need to look back at your suckiness and analyze it, which is hard to do because we all have our egos. This requires you to swallow your pride. Many are unable to do this for long, so they give up too early, and their lives become a string of talent pursuits that were never accomplished, a line of failures. Only choose to pursue what either makes you money or makes you happy. If it doesn't do one of the two, it does nothing for you. And that's useful for almost every decision in life. There was one more thing that we all believe will make us happy but really won't, and it's particularly troublesome for most guys, and that's having a hot, adoring girlfriend and the many myths of mates.
Thank you for listening to this free sample of the book, Reinvent Ideal, What to Do When You're Depressed and No One Cares Because You're Not a Chick, by Cairo Copeland. If you enjoyed it and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/ideal. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/ideal.